We are honored to be here today, and we want to tell you a little bit about who we are, what products that we make, a little snapshot of some of the things we do, and then lastly, why we do the things that we do. So let's start with who we are. A little bit about our origin, and then also a little bit about our mission statement, which is to be a global brand that creates products which promote design, simplicity, and innovation at the intersection of technology and lifestyle. Basically, we love designing beautiful products and connect technology with how we live. Well, this is how we see ourselves. This is kind of our mantra. This is what drives us: a better experience through good design. It's a filter which we measure everything that we do, and it's also our mantra for the product that we design. So to give you a quick background of our origin, before we started InCase, a few of us, including Marcus, were working at a company called IDEO, which a few of you may know. Why this is important? A couple of things that we wanted to point out is that, first of all, it's a very creative environment with amazing, talented people. Second, IDEO is very known for their human-centered, human factors design, which cares about how people interact with products, how people experience products.
And a multidisciplinary environment. When you work in a project at IDEO, where you did, you met a lot of people, human factors, graphic design, product management, clients, all kinds of people, very smart, very intelligent guys, and that changed by project, so you learned a lot. It was like going almost into a university. And look at these products, they're all different, from airplane cockpits to toothbrushes to the experience, how to interact with an ATM, everything.
So to sum it up, I think IDEO is an amazing company that's consisting of people that want to create a better experience for people. So why leave such an amazing place? It was 97. We designed all these great products for many different brands, and we always had the urge to do something on our own, and why not start something on our own? And I got together with Bobby Chang, who's also a product design graduate, 94, and we thought we can do this. Bobby just finished Nike. He was there at the in the image department, and we wanted to do something on our own, so we did. 1997, it was kind of in the middle of the dot-com boom. A lot of technology startup companies started their own shop, and we started almost in a garage, a couple stories up. Actually, we were a group of roommates that all worked at IDEO and went to art center. So
some startups get started in the third floor.
Yeah. So I don't know if you recognize this scene. It's in Coal Valley, small apartment, right by Golden Gate Park. And moving fast forward, today this is where our main offices are, San Francisco, Los Angeles. We have a satellite office in China. We have another office in Minneapolis. And then we have partners in various regions around the world that help us represent InCase. So just a small fact, we're just under 100 people today. We are serving around 10 million customers, or yeah, we were hitting almost 10 million consumers every year. So it's a small little fact. And then Marcus continues with showing you a little bit where our office is and what it
So,
looks like.
as Joe pointed out, we started in Coal Valley as roommates, and then, and to your point, friends, good friends, and great minds think alike, and all these things. And then Joe moved to Millbrae, which is the airport area, where they had a small studio. They've sewn their stuff, and like all had craftsmanship. Or we bought a sewing machine as well, and all this. And then they got too big because they got too many orders, and they moved to LA, and then they moved to LA, and then to another place in LA, and then to a third place in LA.
We moved about 5-6 times.
And got bigger and bigger and bigger. So then at a point, when was it, 2007?
Yeah.
They decided to come back up to San Francisco out of a few reasons. One reason was I didn't want to go down there. I wanted to come back. So I worked at IDEO. He was down in LA. I'm doing InCase products. I was moonlighting for Joe while I was at IDEO
For a few years.
And so I said yes, and we started that office in San Francisco. And actually, one of the architects is sitting right here in the audience.
Richard Hansen.
Richard Hansen. Working at IDEO, I led up the design studio, industrial design studio, and we were asked, since IDEO is a very experimental culture, we were asked actually to come up with our own space. What would be the best way to interact within this space? So we had this big space. We had no money, of course, and then we had long benches, and we found all these things in the warehouse of IDEO. We put that all together to that super space, and it consisted of a working area that had just long desks. You sit next to each other. There's nothing in between you, basically. There is writable walls, ever-changing walls, dry marker walls, they call. And then there was a communal area, and then there was a big gallery of stuff that everybody found interesting to share. So that was the setup. And we kind of replicated that setup in the InCase office. And you see, this is the entrance. Again, if you know the brand InCase, you will see a lot of minimalism coming up now in the next slides. One of them, this is our communal area back there with a DJ way on top, with a DJ area that we built ourselves, designed ourselves. If you know our products, we're known for soft touch, something that feels very, gives you that nice tangible feedback. So that whole DJ construction is all soft touched, so it feels nice. We have a kitchen down there. You see our workspaces, with our workspace up there. All these tables we constructed ourselves. And then another zoom in to the DJ. That's our conference room. That's the biggest Korean table. Not Korean, Korean. A white material comes in black too, and other colors for kitchen. So that's that table, and you see that slot. That's a slot for tables. You can sit on both, on either end. It's very durable, very well done. The biggest Korean table in San Francisco, or in the Bay Area for that matter. And I talked about the creative environment defined by these elements, and one of them being those walls you can write on. So we have all our walls are these dry marker walls, and even our restroom became an ever-changing room. So these are black tiles, and there's chalk in there. If you visit us, you can leave your mark. It took us about 2 years to kind of dial that in, what kind of mark someone would leave when you're alone in the restroom. And we had to go through a lot of learning. But now it's pretty funny, and we're actually thinking about a camera that is installed while you're not in there, we're taking pictures of how this room is changing, putting that on our website. That was the idea all along. And we will see how that works out, because you get a really nice view into very personal kind of view into InCase culture. That was last Christmas, by the way.
So, talking a little bit about what we do, where the product started. This was our very first product. It's a cell phone case made for, this one was a Nokia back then when they had antennas sticking out. And we did them for a variety of phones, for the Nokias and Ericsson, Sony cell phones.
How about the material, Joe?
And what was interesting was we were trying to find a material that was tactile and soft and nice to the touch and gave you a nice comfort of protection. So we chose neoprene. It was a very durable material, and also for the qualities I just mentioned. And from there we went into creating another broader line of protective cases for PDAs. Back then they had HPCs, handheld PCs, as well as laptops. And on the right side we see a little carrier that carried back then. They had the Newtons. And on the right side you see, this was actually a little bit later, 2001, Apple came to us and wanted to work with us on this secret MP3 device, which is the iPod now. And what was interesting though, looking back at the space, we thought there was a gap. There was all these clever gadgets popping up from different manufacturers, and there was nothing really that was clean and modern and simple in design, and we thought there's an opportunity here. And from the get-go, we're proud to say that we started very simple, and to this day still the whole line since '97 is very clean.
So that case down there started a relationship. Here, that iPod case started a relationship with Apple, and we actually are the prototype of a third door vendor, they call that, in any store, or in any Apple store for that matter. So we were the first one on the Apple website that was a third door vendor, and then we also were the first one in the stores. And we heard the story that they actually had to hide this little design here because in front of Steve Jobs, because he hated the fact that anything else is sold in the stores besides his product. So they had to hide it all the time he came in, but they also made a lot of sales, so this kind of